Macomb, and welcome back to episode 5 of volume 2 of the Red, White, and Blue podcast. Today, we're going to cover a number of topics, beginning at another trip to City Hall today. Today at City Hall, we talked about Laverdiere Construction. It was a motion to carry. They've won a $62,000 bid for the construction of Western Avenue crosswalk improvements. Also, Alderman Dorsett, he now sits on wastewater committee. And we're going to talk about adopt a ward concept and what that means for the community. We're going to break down each ward member of City Hall and where their specific ward stands in your neighborhood. Let's get to it, Macomb. So, our first is I want to extend a huge congratulations to Laverdiere Construction. They got a motion to carry for their bid of $62,000 for the Western Illinois Avenue crosswalk improvement. Now, the city originally set aside $50,000, but they are considering the $62,000 for the bid. And next, I want to talk about the city alderman's Dave Dorsett. He was recommended to sit on the wastewater committee. What that means for you, Macomb, is that if we want our zoo at the park, let's say if we want it at the Glenwood Park, or we wanted a zoo near the Western Illinois University for our Western Illinois University students. By him sitting on the wastewater committee, to have those things like a zoo, the wastewater have to be different from using human waste. And so he will have a say-so in expanding our water supply. So if we want to get things here in Macomb like a dam, he will sit on that committee, and he is someone that would have a say-so in Macomb getting a dam so that the water system here can expand to include things like a zoo for our city parks. Also, I want to discuss the Adopt a Ward map concept. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what that was myself, and I had to look it up. And what I came with is that it means community-driven neighborhood cleanup programs where volunteers will adopt a specific section to maintain Macomb's divided areas. Macomb was divided into 7 areas or 7 wards, but it's been conduced down to 5 wards. Our aldermen that handle that, Ward 1 is handled by Justin Scout, and he manages the northwest portion neighborhoods near Western Illinois University campuses. He also bears the responsibility for the old Hager Pottery Ruins borders. His ward borders that. And also the Macomb Inn, the front side of the abandoned Macomb Inn and Suites. Justin, his ward sits on the front. So if you're looking directly in front of the abandoned Macomb Inn and Suites, Justin, that is his area. Also with Ward 2, John Vizizzi, I hope I said that right. He's my neighbor, so I should know his name. He covers central and north residential areas running around Carroll Street or Calhoun Street. Ward 2 is the quiet residential neighborhood sitting behind the businesses on East Jackson, like Hy-Vee grocery store or Spoon River College, and it sits right next to Glenwood Park. So when you think of that area, that is John's Ward 2 area. Now, also, he bears responsibility for the abandoned Macomb in the backside of it. That's where his ward sits, right on the backside of that. And let's see here, the Ward 3, Brian Shabazz, he covers Ward 3-6 close near Cluxton Tippett's funeral home. So that funeral home on East Washington Street, it encompasses also Macomb Senior High School and runs over towards McDonough District Hospital Complex. Now that area, as we know, is nice and lovely, and that is Brian Shabazz Ward 3. Also, Ward 4 is handled by Dave Dorsett. Now, I just mentioned Dave. He is now sitting on the seat of the Waste Water Committee, and he handles Ward 4. Now, the Old Hager Pottery Plant, it also sits in Ward 4, and it's on the west central edge of Macomb and is split by the downtown Court Square House. The northern half of the square sits on Ward 4, like the Old Dairy, that's a restaurant here in town, and also the Monopoly board sections. So that is a visual area of what Dave Ward entails. And Ward 5 is handled by Ashley Katz. Ashley, her ward sits near Citizens Bank Drive up on West Jackson Street. The boundary of Ward 5 is near the western edge of town, headed towards the Patton Dog Park near Macomb Travel Center Shell gas station. So a visual on that. Also in the neighborhood of the YMCA. So Ward 5 will sit in that area, and that is headed by Ashley Katz. Now Ward 6 was handled by Tammy Lee Edwards. She's no longer doing Ward 6 because that's been condensed to Alderman at large. But Ward 6 is near Edison and Macomb Junior High. So it's near the school Edison and also Macomb Junior High. And then also it sits behind businesses like AutoZone, Sherman-Williams Paint. That's all considered Ward 6. And Ward 7, again, that ward has been condensed to aldermans at large. It was headed by Paul Vizizzi, and currently there is no single ward alderman listed for Ward 6 or Ward 7, like I discussed. Ward 7 seat and 6 seat has been eliminated, and Macomb consolidated its regional representation to the aldermans at large, and I discussed that. Now, Ward 7 is a particularly important, strong economic ward because it covers Chicks on the Square, the public library, the courthouse. The east side of Ward 7 covers McAllister's Deli, also Buffalo Wild Wings. The Amtrak sits right on the boundary of Ward 7. So that's kind of a visual of what Ward 7 details. So because of the importance, though all the wards are important here in Macomb, but particularly Ward 7, now it is covered by Alderman at large Don Wayne. He covers that. And also Jenny Hemingway, she covers that. And so those two aldermen at large, they cover that big portion of Ward 7. So I hope that helps. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. So if you're wanting your Pacific section improved or something to be done about it, those particular aldermen handle those particular wards, and you can always reach out to them. That's a little tidbit that I have learned from my trip at City Hall and also doing my research. I want to thank you for this joining me here at the Red, White, and Blue podcast. You can be anywhere in the world doing anything, but you decided to join me here, and I want to say thank you so much. I also want to take time to say thank you to my sponsors. Top Shelf is our latest sponsor, and I want to say thank you. They do everything from pressure washing, painting, gutter, siding, even light construction. So that's Top Shelf, and Derek Riffy is the owner and operator, and he can be reached at 309-255-3745. And then also to our original sponsor for the Red, White, and Blue podcast, Pro Edge Lawn Care. That is owned and operated by Brandon Deweese, and his telephone number is area code 309-255-8402. Again, that number 309-255-8402 for all your lawn care needs. This concludes our episode 5. Again, thank you so much for watching the podcast. I wouldn't be here without you guys, without you watching, without you liking, without you subscribing. Let's go, Macomb.